a stable, a neutral pH between 6 and 7 is where we like to operate. Again, if you go, I've taken it up as high as 14 and I've taken it down super low. And when you go outside, but you go outside of the neutral range, again, the process just slows down and doesn't work as well. And so we buffer the system. Because we're aerobically respiring, we very rarely have to actually lower the pH because the respiration tends to be acidic and drops the pH. So we have to we have to raise the pH periodically. So we have a dosing system that buffers the pH and maintains it in the neutral range. And again, it's just using a calcium compound, very simple, to keep it again in a natural process without introducing anything harsh or toxic. So that's how we accommodate pH. And again, pH can be adjusted up or down, again, as may be needed for whatever crops you're growing, because there are certain crops that like it a little higher, some that like it a little lower. So that's another thing that can be accomplished here in the machine. You can just tell it, I want this to come out at 5, I want it to come out at 7, and we can just buffer it accordingly.
I wonder if humic acid would be just another great addition as your buffer, bringing in humic acid into the equation.
Yeah.
So one of the things that he does have, and again, thank you for bringing that up because I probably would have forgotten, is he always starts with organic matter. So some type of compost or worm castings, whatever he can get his hands on to jumpstart that. So he is getting that initial bump of humic acid from that organic matter because he's grinding it up into these tiny, tiny little molecules. He's releasing all the humic and fulvic acids that were built up in that organic matter. So again, the process, I've tried to poke holes in this from every side I could possibly think, and I can't. It's a gold bar, right? It's freaking amazing, results. And I think it's also important to understand that I have yet to find an example, and Av, maybe you can help me with this, of what I want to call nutrient exchange or digestion that is non-anaerobic. Like all animals, humans, we all have a digestive system that works or operates under anaerobic conditions. And I don't know of any other way to extract nutrient out of anything, meat, cheese, organic, whatever, without the influence of not having oxygen complicate or slow down the release of nutrients. So, Ab, can you come up with any situations?
I mean, our small intestines, is that not still aerobic, and it's our large intestines that are more anaerobic? Because monogastric.
From what I understand, it goes stomach acid anaerobic, upper intestine, small intestine anaerobic. Supposedly, when it turns that corner and comes into the large intestine,
that's where
parts per million start to go up a little, but it's not 8 parts per million. It's not aerobic. It's still considered, facultative at the best anaerobic.
Right.
So
I have to jump in here because I just had a thought. Is the first 4 feet of soil that oxygen gets into, it's naturally doing that. So isn't that just the way that Mother Nature is actually doing it?